You ever find it difficult to let things go? Whether it be a mistake you made, an argument you had with someone, or someone doing you wrong? If so, watch this video right here. I'll provide solutions and also help you become the best version of yourself. Hi, everybody. Isaiah Banks here, mental health therapist and certified fitness trainer. Today, we are discussing how to let things go. This is an issue for a lot of different people. I tell you, it's a challenge for many people I talk with, and it's something a lot of people struggle with. And you would often think that when it comes down to us no longer being within the same space, that you moved on, out of sight, out of mind, but it does not work like that. Oftentimes, when people say things to us or a situation happens, or we even make a mistake on our part, it stays with us mentally. And we may even begin to replay it all over and over and over again. We start to ruminate on it. And this is when it becomes an issue. When it comes to letting things go or not being able to let it go, this can cause people to begin to experience turmoil in their relationships and their friendships and their selves. And this person can become sad, anxious, depressed, and may even avoidant of certain things or certain people. So it's effects of this that's negative in that sense. The first solution I would reinforce with this person is to practice mindfulness. This is where the meditation, this is where the yoga, even exercise, but being grounded in where you are in this time and place that you're currently in. This is when it's the most important, because oftentimes when it comes down to our minds replaying stuff, typically it's things that already occurred, whether it's from last week, last month, last year, even years ago. It's things that are not current. But when we are mindful, when we are being grounded within ourselves, that's when we're able to truly stay present. And we're not going to be in our heads as much, because it's tough to think about something I did last month or argument I had last year when I'm focused on my breathing right now. I'm focused on this yoga pose. I'm focused on the squat rack, right? And how I'm pushing that bar up from my back, you see. So I would recommend first being mindful. Option number 2, focus only on what you can control. Oftentimes when it comes down to letting things go, the biggest struggle for a lot of people is that the thing that they're trying to let go, they cannot control it. It's not something that's within their arm's reach, you could say. Oftentimes it's things that happened in the past, but the person is still holding on to whatever that emotion, whatever that situation is. The person is still holding on tight, but it's starting to affect that person and their life, right, in a negative direction. It's almost as if when it comes down to cooking, right, you have a boiling hot bowl of soup, right? It just came off the pot. You picked it up with your hands and you're trying to hold on to this soup. You're telling yourself, if you hold on tight, the situation from years ago can be resolved. Your relationships can be better if you hold on to this soup. Your argument that you had the other day will be resolved if you hold on to this soup. Now, while you're telling yourself that holding on is the best thing, your hands are starting to burn up. It's starting to get hotter and hotter. You're starting to develop blisters from the temperature of the soup. And not only is your hand starting to burn, you also can't even move on to the next dish because you're still holding on tight. It's the same thing when it comes down to the not letting go part. You're trying to hold on to something that's hurting you and is damaging you in so many different regards. You can't move forward because of that, you see. So only focus on what you can control. And to go back to the example I gave, the best thing for you is to let it go. And I know it's not easy, but with practice, it'll start to get easier and easier. But you have to make the first jump by doing so, by letting it go, you see. And you have the control of letting it go. It's all up to you. And it's solely on you to do so. So number 3, rely on your support systems. This is what they're there for, right? They're there to guide you, to hear your perspective, to provide some tips, different suggestions. This is their whole purpose of being in your life, is to support you, right? That's their whole position. So I want you to reach out to that family member, that friend, that mentor, just anyone who you can trust, and let them know what's going on, what you're experiencing, and allow yourself to be open and honest about your emotions, what you were experiencing, and also what happened, and hopefully to get to a solution, you see. And sometimes the solution is not to do anything at all. Sometimes the solution is to focus more so on the lessons that you learned from the situation or the positives. Sometimes that's okay, you see. So be vulnerable when it comes down to people that you trust. Let them into your life and allow them to give their perspective as well. Because sometimes as human beings, we can make mistakes and we could be wrong about a situation and we don't know that we're wrong, but we're 100% gunning for the fact that we were right, when in actuality, we were the ones who were in the wrong. So having someone else who can provide that feedback in an objective manner, that's the best support. That's what you need in your life. And that's someone who's going to help you grow ultimately, you see. So I hope that you find these tips helpful. I hope that you practice being mindful. I hope that you focus only on what you can control. And I hope that you rely on that support system in order to help you let things go. So that's all I have for this video right here. I appreciate any feedback. Thank you again for the likes, the comments, for sharing the videos. I truly appreciate this. I'm on my way to 400 subscribers. I started off, I was at 75 at one point, then it grew to about 135. Now we're almost at 400, and that's such a blessing. So I'm motivated to continue to make these videos for you all, to be a support for you all. And I hope you enjoy the rest of your day, and I will see you in the next video. Take care.